How's it going, everyone? I'm going to be cracking open a box of Forgotten Tribes. So this is our second set. It is our second main set. There are 255 cards in this set, same as our first set, Chaos Ascension. And just like in Chaos Ascension, each card has a holo version. So you can complete the non-holo set pretty easily. If you're looking to bling out a deck or want to just go the extra mile and get a blinged out, master set, there is a holo version of every card. And in addition to the 255 cards, there are 20 secret rares that are exclusively textured foil. So each box has 36 packs. Each pack has 10 cards in it, one guaranteed holo of any rarity, and there is a box topper in each box, and a box topper includes a guaranteed secret rare. All right, and in a box, you should hit about one secret rare in one of the 36 packs. So roughly 1 in 36 packs will also have a secret rare in there. So the secret rares are pretty cool in that they're exclusively textured foil, and they have this like selective foiling in Forgotten Tribes that looks really cool. And they are the most playable or most popular cards in this set. So we have 36 packs to get through here. I'm just gonna kind of be chilling and ripping open some packs. If you're looking to get any Legions of Will, if you're looking for Chaos Ascension or Forgotten Tribes, you can visit our website and check out our approved retailers. There are LGSs carrying product, and you could also check out Immortal Workshop online. And if you're looking to play, then you can play on Tabletop Simulator, and you can also check with your local game store and see if they're carrying. If not, you could always have them reach out to us, and we can send them a little LGS sample kit to check out. This playmat here is also available. This is on the website, the playmat. It's very thick, as you can see here. And this is a Twilight Blossom playmat from Forgotten Tribes. So the playmat and the decks, the theme decks, you can get those on the website directly. If you're looking for the booster boxes, just check out our approved retailers. So here are the packaging. We have 4 pack arts. We have a giant pack art. We have an Anataran pack art, Dweller, and here we go, Merfolk. So these are these are also the 3 theme decks here. And I'll be making a video going into the lore for each of these, and also breaking down the lore in general for the game. So this is how the packages look. And then there's a QR code on the back, and a little bit of information about the game. And you can rip open these packs by hand. I know the Chaos Ascension packs had a pull tab on them, which is a little hard to open. But yeah, I'm still healing, so here we are. So we're gonna open up the first pack. This is what the backs look like, and here we go. So we have 3 uncommons. We have Raging Tempest in action, Vitarian Cultivator, an uncommon unit, Alchemical Solution, Arctic Hot Springs. These are our commons, so the rarities down there at the bottom. Aurea 7, a vehicle, Consuming Darkness, common, Zaryak, common, and then for our rares we have Ridge of the Colossus, which is a base, Kraken Ridge, another base, and then our holo is Elusive Dweller. So this is what the holo looks like, and then you'll see the textured foil secret rares and what those look like. This is the box topper for Forgotten Tribes. There's 1 secret rare in here, so we'll open that up at the end. And yeah, so moving on. Still a little difficult for me to open up axe my hand. I've just gotten this cast off, so but it's actually not bad. So that's why I'm choosing to do this video now here. We have Sarpa, Serpent Tamer. Let me just clear up some space over here. There we go. Hasika, Hunting Spirit. Uncommon Shadow, Lava Lake, Barkfly, Cave Serpent, Arctic Hot Springs, Cold Snap for our rare, Cold Snap, Arc of Imperios, upgrade, and then we have a Hollow Uncommon War Drums. So yeah. This set was a limited to 300 boxes. It was pre-order or print to order. And oh, wait a minute. We got something here already. Venomous Serpent. But yeah, so these were available for pre-order. Pre-orders had closed. Production had began. Everyone had received their orders. And so now you can get them from the retailers. However, we have another set coming out soon. That I've been working very hard on. It is a mini set that will feature 66 cards. So I'll have more information about that in the Discord. So I'll have the Discord link in the description. You can check it out and just stay tuned for that because I'm really excited to announce that. So we have Hellfiend, Common, and then for our rares we have Dark Hall, Demon Beast. We have Serpent Monument, rare, and Anatera. So this is one of the secret rares. This is a legendary base. It is the one of 2 legendary bases in the game currently. And yeah, this base is really good. You can pay 3 to remove target permanent attached to this base from the game, then return that card to this base. So any units or permanents that have an enters the battlefield type effect, then it'll help trigger that. And also you can block with something. You can get it, you can take it out and then bring it back, and you can block the damage but prevent the damage dealt to that unit. You could also use this to get rid of counters, or if your opponent merged a unit you control with like a shadow that they own, then you can get rid of the shadow that way. And you can also use it to reset or untap a unit. So you can attack with it, then you can pay the 3, bring it back, and then it essentially just comes in untapped. So pretty cool base card here. And so yeah, that was one of our secret rares, one of 20 secret rares. So I'm gonna put that there for now. There's still a chance we'll have another secret rare in the box, and we still have the box topper itself. So yeah, not bad. We hit that right off the bat. We have Ritualistic Mead, Light Barrier, Jabbar. We have cats in the game. Bone Flute gives all units -2 will until end of turn. Serpent Sect, insect creature. We have Naro, the Enforcer, a giant. Midnight Omen, and then for our rare Sudden Storm, a trap. You pay 2. Each player shuffles all units they control into their deck. We have Beacon of Clarity, an upgrade, and oh wow, nice. And then we have World Tree, a legendary action. So legendary cards are limited to 1 in a deck. It's a deck building restriction. There's no limits to for somehow copying or playing multiple legendary actions, but when it comes to permanents, you can't have more than 1 of those on your side of the field. So it is a deck building restriction, and it's also an active restriction that occurs while playing. So nice. Yeah, so here's the pack trick. If you're looking into that, we just put 3 from the front to the back. We have Tessa, Cold-Blooded, a giant, Hylic Fury, Abysmal Kraken, Woodland Barrier, Relic of Bounty, Drowsing Trumpet, War Horns, and then we have a legendary non-hollow, Sin the Fallen. Whenever this unit attacks, sacrifice a unit. Whenever this unit blocks, target player sacrifices a unit. So if you have units that you're willing to sacrifice for some sort of synergy, then by all means you can attack with this. And also you have the option to attack if it's all you needed to deal the damage or win the game or take out a base. But it's an excellent blocker, especially for the demons who are usually more aggressive. But they deal with death and destruction, so that's pretty on par. Cliffside Passage. It is a base that has 3 defense, 2 capacity, and 3 resource. So bases are your life, and you need 3 bases to build a deck. So you have different options for different bases. They'll have different stats, different abilities. The stats may differ, and then let's see here. We have a hollow Lighthorn Coney, and then each base has a activation cost at the back. So you'll find like certain bases are going to be better than others objectively or in a competitive format, but you might find reasons to have something that has 3/2/3 stats and only costs 4 to flip. That means you can flip this over pretty early on in the game, and if you're just trying to go that route, then you can have 2 bases that have that 4 cost to flip, but then you have 1 base that has a 4 to flip them and kind of get in the game, get a head start early on in the game. Legendary bases, though, you can't start the game with your legendary base face up, because out of your 3 bases, 1 gets to start face up. So we have Sword of Anateros, Diamond Pillar. This is part of a series of pillars. We have Diamond Pillar, Orpiment Pillar, Obsidian Pillar, and then there's going to be another one coming up in the next set that'll bring them all together. Andropus Quelled One, Spirit of Ardessa, Spirit of the North, Vicious Eel, Metal Casket, Luminescent Cave. We have a base here that has 3 defense, 5 capacity, which is higher capacity, about average defense, a little lower than average now, and pretty low resource, but it only costs 4 to flip, so that's pretty good. And we have Shattered Realm, which is very unique. When you activate this base, it becomes a copy of another base on the battlefield. So then it'll assume that base's stats, and that costs 5 to flip. And for our hollow, we have Wild Zavu, a creature found in the Anateran realm. So if you're looking to play, there's a how to play video on the YouTube channel, and it is a 5-minute video. It just kind of breaks down the basics visually, and I'll be making a new version of the how to play video at some point. You could also find the rules on the website, and then there's a comprehensive rules document when you are looking to get more specific with the rules or more competitive with the game. I pretty much address any unique scenario and interaction. So we have Manta Ray is our hollow common. And fun fact, this was actually, Manta Ray was a part of the concept card. So before I even did sample packs, this was before I even marketed the game at all, when I was just strictly like testing out the concept with myself and my friend at the time. We Manta Ray was one of the cards, so it's kind of cool that this made it into this set pretty much exactly as it was originally created too. Magical Remedy, Zutanos Arbiter, Feral Encounter, a nice little like fight card. Serpent's Den is a trap, Lighthorn Coney, and non-hollow. Glowing Crawfish, I like this card, visually appealing, common. It's a fish creature, it only costs 1 to drop. 6 will is kind of high to attack with, and but it has 2 power, so for 1 it's really not bad. But yeah, units you have to roll will to attack, and you determine that by rolling a d12, and as long as the number is greater than or equal to its will here, then that unit can then attack. Otherwise it just remains in its current position. Blossoming Field is a trap. It's a rare trap here, and we have Sophenios. So we have some Anateran themed stuff here, and keeping it going with the Athonia Gatherer, hollow common. Very Anateran heavy box here. We did get the Anatera base. So we have Dweller Fiend, Overcharged Beacon, Sword of Nephilim, Recollection, a trap, Parasite Swarm. This, a deck can have any number of cards named Parasite Swarm. So this card's really cool. I'm kind of like hoarding these right now because I play on TTS, a deck that runs like 25 or 30 of these. So it's hoping it'd be nice to have a blinged out version of this deck, but I don't know, might be a little difficult. But yeah, really cool card. It is 8 will and 1 power. I like to run altered ego with it, or new perspective, to reverse its will and power, so it then becomes a 1 will free attacker basically with 8 power, which is pretty insane. There's a lot of insect synergy in the game, and you can pay 1 and sacrifice 3 of these to destroy a unit. So really, really cool card. Dweller Chamber in action, Beetle Horde, another insect. We have Magarok, a demon beast. Whenever this unit attacks, you may destroy target unit with power 4 or less. It has 6 will, so attacking is pretty decent odds there. So that was a rare, and Mephenios the Wise is another rare. Cards your opponents play cost 1 more to play as long as that player played that card this turn. This basically just stops people from, like, if they're popping off in a game and they're running into like Harvest Nature, and then so I'm gonna like Harvest Nature, gain resource, draw a card, Harvest Nature, and it's like it's gonna cost them at least just a little bit more to slow them down just a little bit. Or if they want to drop, like early on in the game, they want to drop like 2 Demonic Temptresses or something, it's just going to cost them a little bit more. So a small taxing effect. And then we have Recollection as the hollow. So to complete a master set, because there are 360 cards in a box and there's 250 cards set and blah, 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 blah. So that basically breaks down to about 3 boxes. You can complete a non-hollow master set on your own, Vandor Dark Omen. So that's the pack art card, and it's also a really good card. So yeah, if you're looking into collecting like that, then yeah, it'd be just like a few boxes will get you the non-hollow set. And I do encourage people to trade. It is a trading card game, so I do encourage people, you can join the Discord and you can trade with people. A lot of people are opening up boxes and then they have duplicates, and you know, you might have something that they don't have and vice versa. So yeah, definitely encourage people to trade, and then it makes you know, completing sets and completing decks that much easier. Ancient Bell, unit station this base with power 7 or greater, gain -4 will. This is also in the giant deck. And then we have Underground Necromancer. It's a dweller. At the beginning of your turn, you may sacrifice a unit. If you do, return target unit from your graveyard to a base you control. 7 will, 1 power, and then we have Healing Sentry. This was definitely a dweller-themed deck as our hollow. So I don't mean for this video to go on too long. I might break it down into 2 videos, but I'd love to just kind of like open up all these packs here. We have some dogs, we have some Bitarians, and really just hope that I'm able to like provide a little bit of more insight into the game, into the lore, the gameplay, the strategies, just, you know, anything like that. But if you do happen to have any questions like that, feel free to join the Discord, and I'm an open book, so you can definitely ask questions. I love to geek out about this game that I made, and I've put, you know, years of work into it, and I've had amazing help from amazing people, and I've got to meet some really cool people in the community. So I love just talking about the game. So definitely don't hesitate to ask questions if you're interested. I'd love to introduce more people to the lore and the gameplay especially. So Shadow of the First Flame is a shadow unit, and this unit gains +1 power for each shadow you control. It's already a 6/3 for 5, so it already has decent will, and then it has kind of low power, but that's a good base, especially in shadow themed decks. So let's go ahead and put that there. And then we have Reclamation Altar. Now this gives -1 defense. It's in this set we started introducing negative modifiers with upgrades, and upgrades modify a base's stats. So this will give a base -1 defense. It'll pay for itself in capacity, provide nothing for its resource. It costs 6, which is a little on the higher end. It's like higher end of average. And if you would draw a card, you may return a card from your graveyard to your hand instead. So you really could just play out your whole graveyard. It could get really, really nuts really easily, because we have a vicious. Ooh, that looks nice in foil. Vicious Eel Hollow. Yeah, so if you already know, in Legions you have a. Start going after this stack here. You have a maximum hand size of 2, and there's cards that can manipulate your maximum hand size. But whenever you play a card, a state-based action occurs that if you, basically if you have less than the maximum hand size, a state-based action will trigger, and you would then have an opportunity to draw a card. I mean, you're kind of forced into drawing a card, but of course that's only if you're able to, then you can. But so yeah, cards like Reclamation Altar can get pretty insane when, you know, you're playing cards and nice bases. You're playing cards and then you're drawing cards, but then now you're just drawing from your graveyard. So that you can see where like a potential combo or maybe even an infinite combo can take place in that sense. Yeah, pretty interesting card there. Abandoned Village, Root Barrier is a nice trap. I really like the art on that one. Arctic Wolf, which is a really good unit, especially with Giant Synergy. Feral Dweller, aggro. Lava Lake is a trap. Stone Throw is an action that synergizes with Giants. Nos Libri. We have Jorah, the Enthralling. 7 resource to play, 5 will, 5 power. Whenever a unit blocks this unit, that unit's power becomes 1 until end of turn, which would then destroy it. So Jorah the Enthralling, a rare merfolk. And we have Withdraw, a very unique action. This action does not have Redeem, so it's simply an action that only costs 1 though. As long as it's your turn, your opponents can't play cards this turn, and units you control can't attack this turn. So this is kind of just, you know, let me do my thing cards. And then we have the Hollow Foil Stone's Throw. Kind of like a nod to the record label, if you're familiar. So we have Pyramid of the Sun, Burial Mounds, a really good upgrade for tribal decks. Sarkandra, a Serpent. Threat Assessment. Preservation, really cool card. I love the art on this. I love the effect. The cost and everything feels right. Even at common, it has Redeem, so you can pay the cost and discard it if you want, which would then create that, you know, trigger that state-based action, drawing a new card. But you can pay 1 and target unit you control can't be destroyed this turn. So there's not... There's a lot of synergies, but there's no like legitimate combos or infinite combos with this. But this would be part of probably a 3-card combo at some point. It's just bound to happen. So really good effect there. Midnight Omen, Redbeard Scythe. It's inspired by the movie Northman. Shelter of the Accord is our rare. Magikai Eliminator, so we see Magikai in Chaos Ascension and in the sample packs. And then so Magikai comes back as Magikai the Eliminator. Costs 6 will, 6 power of course, and whenever this unit blocks, you may destroy target unit unless its controller pays 4. So kind of on par with Magikai's previous ability, but just a little bit more powerful because I do love the character and felt it was justifiable to give it a little bit better of a power. And we have Midnight Omen. I believe the past 3 packs happen to have the hollow and non-hollow version in the same pack. So that's pretty interesting. We pulled a Midnight Omen non-hollow, and then later we got the hollow. Alchemical Solution, Ava Graceful, War Drums, Poisonous Strike, Bat Colony, Elusive Dweller, Jelly Stinger, good card. Mystical Forests, 2 defense, 4 capacity, 4 resource. We have Forbidden Hall. Now this card was in Chaos Ascension, but the text was like sort of misprinted. So I brought it back as with its like legitimate ability here. And so that's why you'll see this is like the only reprint. And then we have Last Rest as a hollow. This was not a non-hollow in that pack, so we just broke the pattern there. I also want to shout out the content creators that produce content for Legions of Will. People that, you know, just do box openings, pack openings, people that kind of talk about the lore, repost things on Instagram, people that have podcasts and talk about different games and shout us out. I want to give a shout out to them as well. So on the YouTube channel, you can see a section labeled content creators where I'll repost videos that people post on YouTube. So if you happen to create something and I don't see it right away, just post it in the Discord for us all to see, and I'll repost it on the channel. And you know, we can, you know, help each other with that exposure, and I definitely do appreciate it. So check out some of the content creators and check out their videos, and it's cool to see the different perspectives people have in the game. So Kara Champion costs 6 will, 5 power. By turns you control gain -1 will and +1 power. So that includes Kara, which makes it a 5/6 instead of a 6/5. And the Bitarians are a very unique sort of like species or race in Legions of Will. They were like the first character created in sketching before concept, and they're based on this like sort of race that I would used to like doodle in high school. And so now I work with like really amazing artists that can bring them to life better in the world. So like I would like doodle up these guys, and then the trees, the triacas with the eyeballs and stuff. So it's really cool to see them come to life, and they got a lot of support in Forgotten Tribes. So really cool. The Bitarian themed decks were from Chaos Ascension, so if you have one, you can grab a few cards from Forgotten Tribes to really give it the power it needed. Past Lives is an action. Until end of turn, you may play unit cards from your graveyard, and then if a unit card would be put into your graveyard this turn, remove that card from the game instead. And so moving forward, remove from the game is Expel, so it would be Expel that card instead. Both have the same identical effect, but really nice card. If you're playing units, lots of units, which you probably should be, because it's really like the only way to win is by attacking with units. It is Legions of Will, and it is base centered and army centered. I will get into the lore in some other videos, but essentially you are the commander of an army or of a legion, and yeah, so pretty cool card in pretty much any deck. And oh, we got a hollow rare, hollow foil, Mystical Forest, 2 defense, 4 capacity, 4 resource, and it only costs 5 to flip, so pretty low cost, low defense, but it has average resource production and slightly above average capacity. All right, so where are we at? I'm probably gonna just speed it up a little bit, but I definitely, like I said, feel free to join the Discord, and any questions you have about the game, yeah, send them my way. We have Greed, we have Catacombs. If a card would enter a graveyard, remove that card from the game instead. Cliffside Passage, and we have Molten Island. 6 defense, very high defense, especially for an uncommon base, but it only has 2 capacity and 2 resource. Only costs 5 to flip though. Not bad. We got this box topper here. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's in there. We have Port Station, Deconstruction, Sword of Nephilim, Thought Courier. Absolutely love Nosam's art with these cards. Thought Courier, Memory Courier, kind of go hand in hand. Mysterious Disappearance, Jelly Stinger, Cyclops Skull, Procession of the Equinox. So there's like some symbolism going on here, a lot of intention and meaning behind this card. And you can pay 4 to activate this legendary trap, and end of the turn, players can't respond to this ability. Is a non-hollow legendary. We have Mighty War Ender, and we have Abandoned Village. So we're getting some hollow foil bases here. So if you're familiar with Legions, I'm curious what your favorite card is, or your favorite tribe. If you're more into the lore, which one of the tribes really like pique your interest the most? We have the Dwellers, the Giants, and the Anatarans. But yeah, otherwise, if this is your first time seeing the game, yeah, thanks for checking it out, and I'd be curious to know, like, what are your first impressions of the game? This base has 6 defense, 2 capacity, 3 resource. Oh, okay, so we have a Twilight Blossom, non-hollow legendary. There's 2 variations of this card. This is the more common variation. Then there's an even more rare version of this card. Down at the bottom it'll say 144-2, and it'll have slightly different artwork. So 2 variations of the card, obviously an homage to the Black Lotus, being that it is a card that costs nothing to play but produces you 3 resource. Now in Legions, your resource is capped at 20. It doesn't go away though, it goes into your reserve and you can spend it whenever. It only goes away when you spend it, but you're still limited to 20 with your resource. So there's no way to go infinite with producing permanents because you're limited by capacity. It's impossible to go infinite with resource because you're capped at 20. So with that, the game is more meant to appeal to people that are more likely to play, you know, kitchen table variations of like TCGs, you know, like so like it doesn't get super complicated, and you don't have that like feel bad of, you know, your opponent just kind of going infinite and going wide, like infinite tokens with infinite power, and I don't mind playing like that, but I know that it's been really difficult to get friends and family into playing games because of things like that. So with that said, yes, this is an homage to the Black Lotus. It is limited to 1 in a deck, so it's a part of the deck building restrictions, a legendary action. You can only have 1 of these in a deck, and so it's a one-time effect of possibly netting 3 resource for nothing when you're capped at 20 anyways. So yeah, it happens to be a really fun card, and we've play tested it a lot, and playing it is definitely like a nice surprise when you draw it, because you're like, oh well, look at that, I kind of can keep the engine going a little bit longer. But even if you have this in your opening hand, it's not broken by any means, but it's definitely such a nice card to pull. It definitely has that like excitement factor to it when you see it. But the holo versions of this card are very, very rare. The more rare version, the 144-2, is limited to like 4 or 5. I kind of forget right now, but it's either 4 or 5 that it's limited to, and I know someone who had pulled 1, and that's all I know of right now. So very rare card, and very very cool. So Sunken Ship is our holo. Yeah, the Twilight Blossoms are part of the Anataran world, and yeah, pretty cool. There's a lot of flowers in their world. There's like tulips and trumpets and blossoms, so a lot of flowers, a lot of plants in this set. The dwellers deal with like succulents and things like that, healing sentries and stuff. So we have Borea 7, a vehicle, threat assessment. Tomb of Shadows is an upgrade. It costs 3. It pays for itself but does not modify any other stats. Units you control are shadows in addition to their other types. The same is true for unit cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. This is great for tying in multiple tribes in a deck. Demon Shadows seems like a pretty solid option, and this would help, you know, get the benefits of having your demons be shadows. Flourishing Nature is a 4-cost upgrade that adds 1 counter whenever a counter is put on a unit, and now that's any unit. So this could be used to hurt your opponents when you're putting ice counters or poison counters on their units. But there's a counter type coming out in this mini set that actually benefits you, so it can be used aggressively versus defensively, and this will be an excellent card for that. Yellow Death Fungi is our holo foil. So there are some content creators who had spoiled or leaked some cards from the newest set, so you can kind of check out the Instagram and Discord to see some sneak peeks of some of the cards from the new mini set. There's 66 unique cards and 6 textured foil secret rares. But I will be officially making an announcement soon with a date and some more information, and that will not be available for pre-order. It'll strictly be available just direct from the website. You will be able to get it from retailers as well, but yeah, it'll be a limited set, limited printing, and it'll be available, no pre-orders in hand and everything. So more information on that later. We have an upgrade here, Bone Chimes. It costs 3, pays for itself. Really good card. Really gave traps an extra push. Traps you control cost 1 less to activate. Whenever a unit attacks a base you control, you may activate a trap you control. Versus you can only activate a trap if that base it's attached to is being attacked, targeted, or destroyed. This allows you to, it opens up the ability to activate any of them. We have Empire Guardian and a Terran themed upgrade that costs 8, gives us +4 defense, which is pretty good. If this base would be destroyed, prevent all damage that would be dealt to this base this turn and remove this upgrade from the game instead. So a nice like shield sort of like on your base. Wow, awesome. And then we have a hollow foil Shattered Realm, a rare upgrade. Look at that. So that is awesome. All right. We got a handful of packs left. Looks like we probably have like a little over 10 packs left. And we pulled that secret rare early on. We have Bitarian Cultivator, Flame Pillar, Cost of Temptation, Thought Courier, Snapping Cayman, Grave Dweller, Probable Meltdown, Serpent Monument. Whenever a unit you control deals damage to a unit with a poison counter on it, it deals twice that much damage instead. Really good for Dwellers and Poison synergy. And then we have a non-hollow legendary Kuda Skybear. Prevent all battle damage that would be dealt to this unit. So any damage dealt during battle between units is prevented. Really powerful tardigrade creature deity with 8 will and 8 power. And then we have Lost Empire, hollow foil base. In the theme decks, the 3 bases that come in the decks are exclusively non-hollow borderless. So they look pretty cool. I kind of like the borderless versions of the Anatarian bases over what would be hollow foil for those ones, because all the colors and everything looks really cool. Acquired Vision, Wild Zavu, Chilling Tulip, Makeshift Fortification, Mysterious Disappearance, Alima Deceiver. If an opponent would search a deck, that player searches the top 5 cards of that deck instead. For our other rare, we have Dark Call. Whenever this unit attacks, remove target card in a graveyard from the game. This unit gains +1 power for each card removed this way. And then we have Anatara Outskirts, another Anatarian themed base there. Alright, let's see what we have here. Sword of Nephilim, Ikish Dweller Priest, Overcharged Beacon, Lighthorn Coney, Sulfuric Fowl, Cavern of Sacrifice, Fierce Dweller, Forest Viper, a rare, put 2 poison counters on each attacking unit, costs 0 to activate. Vasilo the Courageous, you could pay 2 to return an Anatarian you control to its owner's hand. A lot of evasion type effects with that. And another hollow foil base in rare, Uncharted Cliff. Prevent all damage dealt to this base by units with power 1. So there's some synergy with cards there. And it is also a good anti-aggro base. In the standard format, if you're playing competitively on TTS or when we're hosting tournaments, you're allowed a sideboard of 10 cards plus 1 base, so a 10 plus 1. So you could have 1 base that is not any, one of your bases that you currently have, Ghastly Burrows or Petrified Summit. And then we have Sword of Nephilim Hollow. So yeah, you could choose to swap in a base like that if you happen to be up against an aggro deck. 10 plus 1 would be the sideboard rules. Should be able to announce a tournament here soon. We've done 2 seasons where people can participate and earn points for participation and for wins. Okay, we got Rosh the Abomination. You'll be seeing this guy as like a little Easter egg in future cards in the artwork. But yeah, he's one of my favorite characters for sure. Swamp of the Dead, Forgotten Forest, and Pyramid of the Sun. So yeah, so we'll do season 3 is due, and again, participation earns you points. Points can be redeemed for real prizes like decks, packs, previous product that is no longer for sale, promos, stuff like that. Angel of Silence Reposed, rest target unit you control, which is tapping or fatiguing them, and you gain 2 resource. It works on herself, and Angel of Silence was an uncommon in Chaos Ascension, but it is one of my favorite characters. The ideas kind of came from this dream, so really unique character that I really like. Comet Blast is a trap. Destroy all attacking units target player controls. That player gains 1 resource for each unit destroyed this way. It only costs 2 to activate that, and we have Petrified Summit in hollow foil. 7 defense, 1 capacity, 3 resource, and a 5 activation. So the lighting down here, I have like some like pretty bright LED lighting directly above us. So you get the full effect of how the textured foil and how the hollow foils look on the cards. In natural daylight, when I'm playing at my kitchen table, the cards have this like nice like hollow sheen to them, and the effect is less exaggerated. Swamp of the Dead. When this base is destroyed, remove target player's graveyard from the game. Forgotten Forest. This base gains 1 defense for each rested unit in this base. And then we have Thought Courier and Hollow Foil. So a few more packs left. We've got some pretty big stacks of cards here starting to tip over. If you made it this far in the video, give it a like, and I'd appreciate just hearing your thoughts on the game, on the cards, on the set in general. If you're not already subscribed, then I definitely appreciate that. You know how it goes. And I'll definitely have some lore videos, and I have some theme deck videos to check out, some gameplay, stuff like that. Cavern of Healing and Dominance. So I greatly appreciate anyone who made it this far in the video. I greatly appreciate you checking it out. I like videos like this because if I'm just kind of like chilling or working on my computer, or just looking for something just chill to kind of keep in the background or fall asleep to, these are like the types of videos I like to watch. So I hope that this makes for some good background background noise for you. Eastern Dweller, kind of like a little casual box opening. Been wanting to do this for a while, but I wasn't able to with one hand, and the video would have been that much longer trying to struggle to open up every single pack. So I'm glad that I'm able to now do this and showcase some of these cards finally. So we have Remiel Harbinger. You may play angel cards at any time as long as an opponent controls more units than you. Remiel is another returned character from Chaos Ascension, just one of my favorite characters. Departure, destroy target units. Controller gains resource equal to its cost. So for 2, just pretty decent like removal card. And then Ghastly Burrows, hollow rare base, good for the Dwellers. So with that, let's open up a Dweller pack. I'm going to break out the scissors for the box topper too, because there's just one card in there and I don't want to bend it or anything. Yogg, Huddle Whale, Light Barrier, Stone Throw, Whirlwind, Poisonous Strike, Elusive Dweller, Petrified Summit Rare, Atonia the Noble, non-hollow legendary. Whenever a unit an opponent controls enters the battlefield, this unit deals 1 damage to each other unit that player controls for each upgrade you control. This was the Collecticon Orlando promo. It was a textured foil alt art of this card, and so this is the original art for the card. And then we have Hellfiend. Just a few more packs left, and we're going to crack open this box topper. Again, I really appreciate anyone who made it this far in the video. I appreciate you checking out my game and hanging out. And yeah, definitely there'll be a link in the description for the Discord. So for sure, if you have questions, come hang out. And if you want to learn how to play, I'm more than willing to teach. And there's also other people who know how to play and are looking for people to play with. Exousia the Exalted. Cards you play can't be the target of cards your opponents play, and Anaterans you control can't be the target of cards or abilities you don't control, which includes Exousia. Legendary unit limited to 1 in a deck with 6 will, 4 power, cost 6. Really good card because, yeah, very anti-control-y, whatever. So, nice in that sense. Hasika, Hunting Spirit. Down to our last 3 packs. I recognize the need. The first couple sets, I mean, we have these sets are very large, but the main reason for that is that in the game you need several mechanics. They're pretty much necessary. You need defensive stuff, you need aggressive stuff, you need ways to produce whatever your resource is. Ooh, we have Zephyros, Whenever this unit attacks, you may remove target card in a graveyard from the game, and then you may play cards that have been removed from the game with this unit. So on attack, you can remove something from anyone's graveyard, and then at any point, as long as he's still out there, because that's where the ability is coming from, you can play those cards. So really, really good. Nice hollow, non-hollow legendary there. Xiphos responded. Whenever an opponent plays a card during your turn, you may have this unit deal 1 damage to target unit, and it only costs 3. And we have Spirit of Odessa. But yeah, I mean, you need ways to search your deck. You need ways to draw cards, discard cards, you know, counter cards or prevent them from being played. You need synergy stuff. You need power buffs. You need debuffs. You need removal. You need board wipes. So there's a lot of stuff that's completely necessary. And so with these first 2 sets, we're able to get a nice spread of all of that out there to make deck building as fun as possible. And so with these mini expansion sets, we can sort of bend the rules a little bit more and explore some more out there things. So you'll see a lot of cards in here that just expand on the unique aspects of Legions, but then also provide you a nice selection of cards that do things like gain resource or return things from graveyards. New perspective, switch the will and power of units you control until end of turn. That costs 5. And Warrior's Monument, whenever you roll a 12 for will, double the power of target unit you control until end of turn. It only costs 5 and it pays for itself in resource. And our final hollow pull is Aurea 7. So we didn't really get too many hollow rares. We got a handful of those, and we did get that hollow legendary World Tree. Simple pay 2, search your deck for a card, shuffle, put it on top, and then most likely put that right into your hand. And we did get the Annoterra textured foil secret rare. Very low pops on those for the collectors. You can view the print run numbers in the Discord. Those are in a nice little Excel sheet. It's very easy to navigate and search. So if you're interested in pops and things like that, there's very low pops in the game. Like I said, there's in this set specifically, the lowest would be a pop 4 or 5. So this is not a base. It is a secret rare. It's going to be textured foil. One of 20 different secret rares, which are, I forget the exact pops on them, but very low. I believe around 12 or so. So each secret rare is around 12. And we have Nico the Adept, which I'm actually glad I pulled this because I do want I have 4 copies of this in a Septorian deck, and I kind of wanted to point out each one. So whenever a unit you don't control attacks, you may roll a d12. Units do not attack if the result is greater than that unit's will. If you roll a 12, destroy that unit. See the textured foil background with the regular hollow foil elements on here, like the rarity symbol, and then that, and then we have the non-hollow, non-foil elements on the card. This card is going to have a really nice, there's going to be a card that'll synergize really well with this in the mini set coming up. So again, stay tuned for that in the Discord. And on Instagram, you can follow us at Legions of Will TCG, and the website is legionsofwill.com. The Discord link is in the description and also on the website. You'll be able to find all the information you need. Playmats and decks are available on the site. And if you're looking for boxes, just check out our approved retailers. And, you know, we'll also be able to help point you in the right direction in the Discord. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace out.